So hello and welcome back. We are back for another FIFA 20 career mode video today. This time bringing you the latest and greatest coming at you from the January 2020 career mode squad updates. We're going to take a deep dive into all the brand new Wonderkids being added, high potential upgrades, and of course player removals all in FIFA 20. It's where you can keep up to date with all the latest and greatest happening with the FIFA 20 database and what you could look forward to starting a brand new career mode save. And like always, of course, in order to access all these players and all these new updates, you have to go and update your squads either in the menus or when you're starting a brand new career mode save. Nevertheless, let's get straight into it. A quick shout out to today's video sponsor, it is OneFootball. If you're looking for the latest transfer rumors, news, videos, and everything the footballing world has to offer, make sure to check it out. The app is completely free and it's available both on iOS and Android. You can track your favorite Wonderkids, competitions, teams, stats, and much more. The download link is in the description. It's a must-have app for every football fanatic. And of course, if you guys go on to enjoy the video, make sure to drop it a like down below and subscribe, turn on those notifications as well in order to keep up to date with all the content coming to the channel and in order to keep up to date with all the squad updates rolling out throughout 2020. Well, let's just say it's been a good start to the new year, 2020. The new year has dawned upon us and of course, January is the January transfer window. So with this update, you're going to get all the latest January updates and January transfers. But as well, quite controversially, we're also going to get some removed Wonderkids, and we're going to kick it off today. We're going to start off with Shkodran Mustafi from BCHD. He's a Cam 69 rated. He's from Bosnia-Herzegovina, and for one reason or another, he's been removed from FIFA 20. Usually there's a specific reason or so, but make sure to comment down below and let me know if there's a specific reason behind any of these Wonderkids being removed from the game. Sometimes it's a transfer to a team that's not on FIFA. They've been dropped to the reserves. We'll move on to Ryan Astley, this time from Everton. The Welshman is a centre-back / right-back, 18 years of age, 64 overall. He had a pretty decent potential as well, and unfortunately has been removed from the game. So the Evertonians will not be happy about that one. As we move on to another Merseyside club, it is Liverpool. It is their German striker, 19 years of age, Paul Glatzel, 63 overall, had a decent low 80s potential and has been removed. I can only assume that he's been dropped to the second team or the youth academy. They might be added back into the future, you never know. Marcus Guilherme is just quite a decent little player, 24 years of age, a little Brazilian winger, quite pacey, quite skillful. Unfortunately, as well for him, he has been removed from the game. Jonathan Vieira is another player that has been removed from FIFA. He played for Beijing, and unfortunately, the Spaniard, the midfielder, the ex-Villarreal man, has been removed from the game. It might be a transfer to another team. I'm not too sure. Let me know down below. Could be an early retirement. I've actually got no clue with this one, to be honest. Claudio Gomez is actually another Wonderkid that has been removed. We've actually got a lot to go through. We've got a lot of weeks to catch up on here, and yeah, the Frenchman, the youngster, was on loan at PSV from Manchester City. Yeah, another promising starlet has been taken away from career mode, as well as Borja Garces from Atletico Madrid, 20 years of age, a Spanish striker, 68 overall, another promising young talent. And my assumption is that he's been dropped to their youth squad, to their youth academy for now, and it could be added back into the near future. We'll move on to Thomas Sandoval, 21 years of age, 69 overall, still a decent young attacking striker, and yet again has been removed. Still has the potential to be added back into the game. And another Wonderkid that we covered a couple of weeks ago is making his return, this time a removal. It is Brennan Johnson, another young Welshman being removed from the game. He had a decent 80s potential. He's showing great potential, and he's a little hidden gem in FIFA 20 that I don't think too many people know about, and this isn't going to do him any favors either because Brennan Johnson has been removed from Nottingham Forest. Last Wonderkid on the list, don't worry, it's been painful getting through these removed Wonderkids. You hate to see it, but Juan Manuel Sanabria, another Atletico Madrid talent. The Uruguayan is 20 years of age. He's quite versatile in the midfield, 69 overalls, got quite decent, well-rounded, and of course consistent stats. Has a little release clause in there, but unfortunately you won't be able to sign him because guess what? He has been removed from the latest squad update. Now we move on to the next few players that aren't Wonderkids, but I do know the specific reasons behind their removals. Mario Mandzukic has moved off to Qatar, and of course they aren't in FIFA. He's moved to the Qatari League. The 34-year-old Croatian has left Juventus, as well as their young North Korean striker Han Kwang Song. Looks like they probably won't be making a return anytime soon, so we've got to say farewell to Mandzukic and Hwang Song in the meantime. And last removal, trust me, believe me, we are done with the removals, but this one is a definite farewell. A goodbye to Daniele De Rossi, an Italian legend. The ex-Roma CDM moved to Boca Juniors and now has officially retired from football, so there you go. Alright, moving swiftly on to kind of a bit of a brighter note right here. We've got the upgraded Wonderkids from weeks gone by. Of course, we're covering the late December and early January squad update. So this is a bit of a recap to what has happened and gone on in the squad update scene from now till then. Like the removals, we've got a lot of upgrades to get through, so let's kick it off with Ansu Fati. You all know him, you all love him. The 16-year-old Spaniard hasn't had a potential upgrade. He's just had a lot of stats go up here and there. He's had his in-game stats boosted, so I'm sure you'll see a lot of technical improvement alongside another young 16-year-old. It is Eduardo Camavinga. We've covered him on the channel before. The young Frenchman Eduardo Camavinga has also had a lot of stat upgrades in game, so more consistent and more technical stats you can look forward to on those two youngsters. As we'll move through to Jadon Sancho, and he has had his potential upgraded from 92 to 93. Not that it needed upgrading, EA just thought, why not add another one on there? And yeah, Jadon Sancho now has 93 potential. You can all look forward to if you go on to sign him and play with him in career mode. As we move over to Kai Havertz, another Wonder Kid. So they saw Jadon Sancho go up by one, so they had to give Kai Havertz some love as well. The German gets a +1 upgrade to his potential with a 93 potential on the young German. Absolutely insane Wonder Kids for FIFA 20. Moving over to the breaking stars of this season, we have Rodrigo and Real Madrid's new Brazilian, and yeah, he's been killing it for Los Blancos, so well deserved. He's also gotten a few upgrades in the past as well, so this is not the first one of the FIFA 20 game cycle. He now has a 91 potential, so that is a whopping 13 growth that you can expect on him. He's got a face scan in game as well. Of course, new Wonder Kid, a new transfer. Like I stated before, we're going to see a lot of new transfers happening in this update. We have Erling Braut Haaland, the new Norwegian hitman for Borussia Dortmund, move over from Salzburg, and now he is over in the German league, and he's gotten an upgrade as well. There's a 90 potential now, upgraded, well deserved, definitely deserved to be in the 90 potential club. As we'll move over to a bit of a downgrade section right here, I've decided to include David De Gea and Paul Pogba. They've been downgraded in terms of overall. Paul Pogba's gone from 88 to 87, and David De Gea no longer holds his 90 potential. He just has 89 potential. He can't go up. Joao Cancelo has also received a major downgrade in there, no longer with that 89 potential, 87 potential now, so a -2 for Man City's Portuguese right back. Ferland Mendy, another outstanding performer for Real Madrid this season, has received a bit of a potential boost, going from 86 to 87. It's still noteworthy, and the Frenchman was well deserved. And now Mason Greenwood, a +18 growth you can expect on the young Englishman, now has made the most of his Manchester United playtime, has been scoring goals left, right and centre. With that dangerous left foot of his, he's now gone up from 86 to 88 potential. Very, very well deserved from the young Mason Greenwood. Joe Gomez already started off FIFA 20 with a high potential of 88, and due to the fact that Liverpool just killing it this season, Joe Gomez has been performing well. The young English defender has gone up from 88 potential to an 89. As we move on to probably the biggest upgrade of the week, the highlight of the week, Francisco Trincao. I can only expect that he is in the form of his life right now, as the young 19-year-old has gone up from 84 potential to 88. That is the biggest upgrade this week and throughout the past month. Insane stuff for the Portuguese winger. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He's also had numerous stat upgrades, of course, and yeah, he's just a bright young prospect now you could buy in your new FIFA 20 career mode saves. A massive upgrade for Braga's young talent, and he could be on the move throughout January. You never know. We've covered the removed Wonder Kids and players. We've covered the new high potential upgrades in FIFA 20. Now we're going to move over to the brand new high potential Wonder Kids that have been added into FIFA 20. Now let's get this segment underway. Everyone's favorite section of the squad update videos, the brand new high potential Wonder Kids, and we're kicking things off here with Osaka's own Jun Nishikawa. I've probably butchered his name, but he's a new 17-year-old Japanese Wonder Kid. 59 overall. He starts off quite low, but he's a cam/centre forward, a false 9 as you will, however you want to interpret it. He's left-footed, medium work rates, 3-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. Nothing that pops out straight away, but he kind of reminds me of Takefusa Kubo back, in FIFA 19, FIFA 18. However, forget about that 59 overall because he has a potential of 81. So the growth you can expect on this guy is plus 22. Absolutely insane stuff there, and he's only valued at 300k. Look at that weekly wage, 450. A perfect little signing for a road to glory from Serenzo Osaka. He could well and truly be the next Takefusa Kubo. You never know. As we'll move on to our first Englishman of the video, it is Noni Madueke. Yet again, I've probably butchered that name, but the 17-year-old is currently out at PSV. He's competing with all that Dutch talent over there, 17 years of age, 60 overall, and he has 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot to start off with, 5'9", and his preferred foot is left. His medium work rates, and now you can start to see the physical stats in there. Acceleration, sprint speed, agility, and balance, all in the light greens to kickstart his career off right there. He can play on the right-hand side, and it'll be interesting to see how he develops at the PSV Youth Academy. Nevertheless, the young Englishman has a plus 22 overall growth, an 82 potential on him, 400k to start things off. You won't be able to pick him up in the first transfer window. You might have to wait a little while. Like a lot of these Wonderkids, they don't have a game face in-game or a little profile picture. He's a young English talent that you should all try in your career mode saves. Earlier, we had a young Manchester City talent being removed from the game, Claudio Gomez, but no need to fear because Alpha Donyonku is here. Yet again, I butchered that name, but the young Senegalese right back is 17 years of age, the teenager, and he has 2-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He's 6 foot, he's right-footed, but he has a high attack and work rate and medium defensive, so he's going to be bombing down that right-hand side, whipping in balls, getting in those runs, and of course has light greens in acceleration, quite decent and well consistent physical stats in there with stamina and strength being decent to start off with. 83 sprint speed is his main highlight right here. His defensive stats could do with a lot of improvement, but he is very attacking minded, maybe an Adama Traore-esque right back / right wing back, and he's worth just £500,000, so very affordable. A plus 18 overall growth you can expect on the African, as he has a solid 80 potential. Kem Campbell was probably one of the youngest players that has been added, probably one of the youngest players in this list. At 16 years of age, the Welshman is playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers, so yet another young Premier League talent. 2-star skill moves, makes up for it with his weak foot, as he has a 4-star weak foot. He's right-footed, has a high tackle work rate, and medium defensive. And just like Dionku, you guessed it, he has an 80 potential, so plus 18 overall growth. His main and best stat right now is sprint speed at 71. Of course, he's 16, so it can improve so much throughout the years. Another young hidden gem, and is worth just over £500,000, 550k, 1.4k a week in a wage. Great young Wonderkids being added in so far. We still got more to go. Sontie Hansen, I'm really copping it with these names right now. I got no idea how to pronounce half of them. We had a PSV Wonderkid added in, and now we've got Ajax's own Dutch Wonderkid, 17 years of age. He participated in the Under-17 World Cup representing the Netherlands. He can play at striker, can also play on the right-hand side and the left-hand side of the wings. He's 63 overall and might take the cake for the best Wonderkid being added into 2020 so far. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, he's 5'9", is a right footer, and has high attack and work rate, exactly what you want in terms of that kind of player. He also has 4 traits, which we'll get into in a few seconds as we move on to his physical stats. Acceleration and sprint speed are both dark greens, both the main highlights right there. 86 acceleration. Agility and balance also in the light greens there. Agility just hitting the 80 mark. Of course, he also has some downsides with the stamina and strength issues, but they can always be trained and can grow throughout the seasons. He's only 17 years of age, so there's so much room for improvement, but it just seems that there is always a young Dutchman being added into these squad updates. I mean, keep him coming. I love some new young talent in FIFA 20. He's got the flair trait, speed dribbler, outside the foot shot, and technical dribbler all at 17. I mean, Hansen, he's only going up. The sky is the limit for yet another promising Ajax Youth Academy graduate. He's worth 725k, and it will be worth every single penny because you can pick him up in the first transfer window between 720k and just under 1 million, so very affordable. I highly recommend you guys sign Hansen in your brand new FIFA 20 career mode saves, as he has an 84 potential. A plus 21 overall growth Hansen could experience in your saves, so pick him up and he could well and truly go over that with dynamic potential. In the removed Wonderkids section of the video, we also highlighted some Atletico Madrid players that were removed from the game, but fear not, because German Valera, the young Spanish midfielder, has been added into Atletico Madrid's squad. squad in this latest update. 65 overall, the right mid, left mid, and Cam has 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. He's only 5'7", but he's a left footer and has medium work rate, so quite decent to start off with. And I'm pretty sure with most of these guys, they don't have a game face, they don't have a 2D picture. If you can cope with that, his physical stats, 71 acceleration, sprint speed, and balance are also in the light greens, as well as the technicals with a lot to improve on. Of course, he's valued at just under £1 million, and he has 84 potential, so a plus 19 overall growth that Valeria could experience with your career mode. Another wonderful addition, but not as lucrative as Hansen, as we mentioned earlier, but we'll get into the main highlight of this new January squad update, one that I've been anticipating for a while now, Watford's brand new Brazilian, João Pedro. Now, I won't delve into too much detail right here because we do have an upcoming growth test with João Pedro, and oh my goodness, believe me, it's an absolute banger coming to the channel. But nevertheless, he has 87 potential. He's got some decent stats to start off with. Acceleration, of course. The Brazilian has 2-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. He's just arrived at Watford in real life right now. He's worth £1.9 million, so one of the more expensive Wonderkids on this list. The deal was solidified for quite some time now, but is yet another brand new 2020 addition into the game as we move on to João Henrique, another Brazilian and another Wonderkid from Atletico Madrid. I mean, get you a man that can do both. He can play Cam and he's also a left back. That is one of the weirdest position combinations I've ever seen in my life. He has 81 potential, so plus 11 overall growth you could expect on yet another young Brazilian in FIFA 20. 3-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot. He's a left footer, 5'11", medium work rates, and he's probably one of the most consistent players on this list right now. Just £2.7 million, so another expensive Brazilian, another expensive Wonderkid. He's one of the older ones as well at 21. You're probably looking at 4 to 5 million in order to pick him up in the first transfer window, as we'll move on to Pedro Mendes, the first Portuguese Wonderkid we've covered so far. Usually in these squad updates, there are a lot of Portuguese and French Wonderkids being added into the game, and nevertheless, we just have Pedro Mendes this month. We have the 6'2" target man striker, only 19 years of age, 72 overall already, and has a 4-star weak foot, clinical 3-star skill moves, high attacker work rate, and medium defensive. He looks like another gem out of Sporting's youth academy right now, a homegrown talent for them, and his physical stats look absolutely exceptional right now. The teenager has a lot of light greens in their jumping, strength already at a 78, agility and sprint speed, aggression and attack positioning also with the light green stats in their technicals, finishing, penalties, volleys and shot power are his main stats. And yeah, you guessed it, he's been quite expensive in contrast to the rest of the Wonderkids. £4.9 million valuation, and if you get lucky, he has a cheeky release clause in there, £10.8 million, a plus 12 overall boost Pedro Mendes could experience as he obtains a quite accurate 84 potential. And now here we have Jan Thielmann, the first German on this list, and one of the first newly added Germans in quite a while now. It is from FC Cologne, 63 overall, 17 years of age. He can play at right mid and also center forward if you're feeling a bit risky. 2-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, 5'10", medium work rates. He's a right footer at 650k. You won't be able to pick him up in the first transfer window. Nevertheless, Jan Thielmann has a potential of 80, so plus 17 overall growth. The very affordable young German should definitely be on most of your wish lists. And here we have the penultimate player of the newly added Wonderkids list. We have Oscar Dali, and he's probably one of the most well-established players in game, but has the least potential. He has 81 potential, but hear me out. He plays for Slavia Praha. He can play at center mid, center forward, and left mid. He's from Liberia, so yet another African Wonderkid added into FIFA 20. He's 20 years of age. He's left-footed, 3-star skill moves, a weak foot, medium work rates in there, 5'9". He has some brilliant stats to kick things off right here. At 73 overall, he has some brilliant dark green stats in there, already in the high 80s, 88 agility, 84 sprint speed, 86 acceleration, 85 balance, and 88 aggression in there. 55 strength kinda lets him down, but Oscar Dali, he's got a lot going for him, especially in his technicals as well. With a lot of these Wonderkids, we've seen some poor technical stats, but there's of course things to improve on. But from the get-go, he's got some light greens such as ball control, dribbling, defensive awareness even, long passing and short passing if you're using him at center mid as well. Oscar Dali is one of the more surprise packages coming out of this new Wonderkids list right now, and his two traits that he dives into tackles, studs up, and he's got the technical dribbler trait in there as well. From Liberia, Oscar Dali is definitely one to keep your eyes out for. £5.5 million valuation. And our last Wonderkid of this list, You've all probably seen him before. He's Jorge from Monaco, another Brazilian, and a left back being added into career mode. I can only assume he's been added back as he's been promoted from their youth academy after being demoted for some time. But yet another player to keep in the back of your minds right now, just to keep an eye on, because he's been added after a lengthy period of removal. A lot of exciting young talents, a lot of new transfers, and a lot of potential upgrades and even removals coming into FIFA 20. It never stops. And if that has been the first squad update of 2020, I cannot wait, and I'm so pumped and excited for the rest and the remaining of the squad updates in 2020. So if you did go on to enjoy, make sure to hit like on the video down below, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. Comment down below who's been your favorite Wonderkid being added into the game. As always, I've been BCHD. Hopefully you did enjoy. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you all on the very next video.